Well, happy Friday to you all. We're here out at the homestead, we'll call it. Still haven't really figured out what we're calling this place, but I figured homestead was pretty good. My cousin Nick said that it was a homestead. It's starting to look like a homestead. Um, and I gotta say, I I don't think he's wrong because we've been talking about it, We finally did it. We have chickens. We've got chickens. 15 to be exact, and they're all hens. And as far as I can tell, they're all laying eggs. So I got these from friends of ours who are planning on moving out of state, and they can't really take the chickens with them. Um, Chickens are a dime a dozen. Hate to put it that way, but they are a dime a dozen. But so, anyways, some of these are a year old. Some of these are 2 years old, I believe. And I believe I've got three different breeds of chickens. I'm not gonna name them because I'm new to chicken stuff. I know I've got Americanas and Leghorns, and that's all I know. So I do need to learn my chicken names. But we did move them. We moved them all on a Saturday, and the way this gal had her pin set up. Here, let me get in some light here so you can see me. But the way that this gal had her pin set up is she had basically this big, and actually it wasn't even chain link. It's kind of the same stuff you'd use with a chain link fence, but basically it was just like a little. To me, it was more of like a garden type of unit. You put the clear stuff on the top and grow vegetables or whatever in colder climates. But anyway, she actually got this this little chicken coop, and it's a shed basically, and it was hand built supposedly from scratch. This wasn't a kit. They paid some guy $1,000 to come out and he did all of it. Blah blah blah. So, anyways, we moved these chickens, and we did it all in one morning, and we were thinking they were going to be stressed out and weren't going to lay eggs for a good month or two. They were laying eggs as soon as I got them into the actual enclosure. They were laying eggs, and I don't know whether it was just because it's they produce, and so they laid eggs. From that previous day type of deal of making them. But we've been getting eggs every day, and it's not a substantial amount. In the beginning, it was. We were getting like 9 to 10 eggs a day. Now we're getting around 6 eggs a day. So there's a little bit of stress, I think, that was involved in all this. But I think as of right now, I've got over 2 dozen eggs, and it's been a week. So going from expecting no eggs for a month to 2 months, that was fantastic. But what they had was all of this basically chicken wire, and it's not quite hog wire, but just the chicken wire. So I've got all of this, and I didn't put up the enclosure that she gave me, so I just have the coop. But I had in the previous video, I think I had said that I had this like lean-to off the back of my garage. Well, that's what we used. I just put up some of that fencing there, dug it down so predators can't get in there, and they seem pretty content. They really do. And actually, when I got home today, there was an egg sitting in the nest, and I think she was laying an egg, so I left her alone. So let's see what we got here. By golly, what are you doing there, mamas? Want to be on video? We do. I've got 3 eggs. Looks like 2 are from one chicken, another one's from a different one, so that's good. Close this door here. We're going to check to see if we have any more in here. And we don't. So I'm going to ask you guys the best way for these chickens to lay eggs. So I've got these boxes that came with the chickens, and they really only lay in like 2 of these boxes. 2 towards the door. I don't know if it just has to do with the sunlight or what it is. I know I need to put some more wood chips and stuff in here, but what do you guys think? I'm going to show you these little boxes here. Nope. You're going to get... My dog is out there and the chickens. So I got this little box here, and I don't know if these boxes are too small. It seems like they're not too small, but I'm going to step out so this chicken can finish what she's doing. But I don't know if those boxes are too small, or what I really would like to do is build something on the side of this here, to where they can go in, and then I don't actually have to go into the chicken coop. I can just lift up a lid. That seems to be kind of a popular idea from what I've gathered. So anyhow, we've got chickens. We're I guess chicken farmers, you could call it. Like I said, I'm very new to chickens. From what I gather as of right now, they're pretty low maintenance. You just got to make sure they have food and water. But the funny thing to me is it's going to be funny, but is the pecking order of these chickens. You put these eggs down so they don't fall. You know, the pecking order, which is funny to say, but when we had these birds in a cage, there was 2 of them that got torn up pretty good. They got pecked. There was one that was literally missing chunks of meat on its I don't know. I don't know how to keep them from doing that. I noticed one today was actually kind of pecked on the rump too. And I know that from what this gal was telling me, if I get more chickens, if I get chicks, I want to get more than 1. So her ideal number was 4 to 6. So that way, if you have that many birds, you can introduce them to the flock, and they won't get picked on as much. And I really don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna assume that she's right. Sorry, this is a kind of a prompt to unexpected video, but I'm thinking that there is a pecking order for sure. Now, is there any suggestions? For you guys out there that have chickens, is there any suggestions that you think I need to do as far as maybe keeping them from tearing each other up? And I really haven't seen it with my own 2 eyes, but my wife did this morning, and she's like, I walked in there, and there was one bird that had another bird pinned down with their feet and was just pecking it. And so she kind of shooed him off, and the bird was like, hey, what are you doing to me? And I guess is there something out there that I need to be doing? The enclosure, I think is fine. I think it's big enough, but it might not be. I mean, it is covered. They get the morning sun, and then in the afternoon, which is going to be great for summertime, it's going to be past the garage, and it'll be nice and cool back in there. So I'm thinking that might be the way to go. But I don't know. And I might end up just setting up that enclosure that she gave me, and then connecting it to this, so they have something to go out and kind of rummage around outside of the cage per se. I really couldn't tell you, but Anyhow, it's just a video on we have chickens now. So um, I had I had been all this planning and stuff going on. I got projects upon projects upon projects, but the project for this weekend is kind of get the garage cleaned out, and I'm making a new workbench. I got some doors, some solid core doors from work, and I'm going to use that as a top, and I might use it as a middle shelf. It's a little overkill. It's pretty heavy, but I'm getting rid of. I'm turning around. I'm getting rid of this conglomerate here, and this is the front of the garage. So um, basically, when I pull in my truck, the nose is so close to this that you can't, if you wanted to park your truck in here and wanted to work or whatever, you can't walk around the nose of the truck. I mean, it's a pretty deep garage, but my truck is longer, obviously, than the wife's car. So, anyways, what I'm doing is I'm going to move it to the different wall. I'm going to move it to this wall here. I've got this little cutout here where the door is, and I don't know, it's a good 4 foot. So I'd have 4 foot free from the garage door itself, and then I'm going to get rid of all this junk and then be able to park up a little bit further at breathing room. So that's my plan, and I'm building it right now. This is just kind of a poor man's job, but I've built workbenches before, and they're really not. There's really nothing to them. So I'm going to basically build what we have here against the wall, but I'm going to end up putting some doors on it, so that way I can basically just put whatever I need to, and basically close the door, so you don't see all my junk, all my car wash stuff and my oils and my spray paints. I've got a lot of spray paint, which is, I used to, well, I shouldn't say used to, but I got into a little hobby of painting mailboxes, like custom making. So what I did is I just went in on the internet, printed off some cool like camouflage designs, elk, deer. I did geese, Canadian geese, as like stencils, and I gave them away as Christmas gifts to my brothers and all of my hunting friends. And it's kind of cool to pull up to their house, and there's my box. So need to get back into doing that and hopefully sell them. They turn out really good. They really do. They weather, obviously anything weathers outside, so I'm thinking of maybe doing something a little bit different as far as clear coating on the top, make it last longer. But anyways, that's about it. Comment below if you have any chicken hints, if there's any chicken raising gurus out there. These are, like I said, they're just all egg layers. I really don't know too much besides I feed them and water them. I've got corn, I've got sunflower seeds, I've got oats, and then obviously I've got some grit and stuff like that. And that's about it, really. But and this morning I gave them a head of cabbage. They really seemed to like that. So I don't know. Comment below, see if they have any secrets to keeping these chickens from, I guess, pecking each other to death. So anyways, look forward to hearing from some of y'all. Thanks.